Welcome back. We know how hard it is to get your foot on the property ladder, but now a scheme helping first home buyers has been extended and it can save you a heap.
It was like weight lifted off our shoulders and we knew we had to only pay 5%.
So what we're doing is we're expanding the eligibility criteria for our home guarantee scheme.
It's nice to feel the security and comfort of our own home, especially with a little fella.
Abby and Corin Ramfrey feel like they've won the property market lottery.
We're looking for a long time trying to find the perfect house.
When the couple learned they were about to become a family of 3, having their own space became all the more important.
It was a long, hard slog. We both lived between our parents' homes, rent-free obviously, thanks to them. We were expecting to pay a 20% deposit. Once we left school, we both worked 2 jobs and we saved up all our pennies.
Checking in with their bank, they were told about the federal government's first home guarantee scheme, which meant they didn't need to save a full deposit.
They're able to purchase a home with as little as 5% deposit and for single parents with as little as 2% deposit.
Essentially, the government acts as guarantor, covering 15% of the deposit, meaning buyers avoid paying costly lenders' mortgage insurance.
It helps Australians overcome the hurdle of deposit.
It allowed us to even broaden our budget a little bit because we knew that we only had to pay that 5%.
Living in far north Queensland, the family have now called this property home for almost a year.
Being able to buy a home before the age of 22 was sort of it's a proud moment for us.
We know that so many Australians are finding it difficult.
Federal Housing Minister Julie Collins announcing changes to the home guarantee scheme to move with the times and to move more Aussies into their own homes sooner.
It used to just be for couples, so now it's for any eligible Australians, so it could be friends or family members.
The first home and regional first home guarantee will now be open to include siblings, a parent and child, or 2 friends. People who have previously owned a home will now also be eligible as long as they haven't owned one in the last 10 years.
I've had particularly good feedback from older single women who have been locked out of home ownership for more than 20 years.
It's really open to use in all areas, whether you're buying a freestanding house, an apartment, a unit. It's also available for home and land packages.
Real Estate Institute of Queensland's Antonia Mercarella says property prices are capped for each state and territory, starting at $450,000 for some regional areas, all the way up to $900,000 for a property in Sydney.
If we look at Queensland, the cap is set at $700,000. That would mean that you would have to have savings or a deposit of $140,000. And of course, under this scheme, it could be as low as 5%, which is only $35,000 for the deposit.
There are only limited spots available at the start of each new financial year, $35,000 for the first home buyer guarantee and just $10,000 for the regional first home buyer guarantee.
We've capped the number of people able to access the scheme so that we don't increase house prices because of the scheme.
We were pretty lucky from the start that we got offered the scheme.
Over 30 lenders are currently participating, with CommBank, NAB, Westpac and RAMS, the 4 major banks offering the scheme.
It's helped us save that little bit extra that if the scheme wasn't there, we wouldn't have been able to do.
I think go for it while you can.
Yeah, it's a good option. And all the information, including eligibility criteria for the home guarantee scheme, can be found on the federal government website.